So with so many different types of RVs out there, how do you really know which one is the best one for you, your family, your particular travel situation? In this video, we're gonna talk about 4 things that you absolutely 100% must do before jumping into RV ownership. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned for this one. Hi, my name is Charity, and if you're new to the channel here, myself, my husband Ben, our 2 kids, our 2 cats, and our dog, we've been traveling the US in our RV for 5 years now. And we have learned a ton along the way. So we developed this channel to talk to you about all of the tips, the tricks, the hacks, the fails, the good food, the places that we've been. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you can get notified every week when we drop a new video. So with all of the RV choices out there, how do you really know maybe what is the best one? And there's some things that you need to do before you buy your first RV. We're gonna talk about that in this video, but before we get started, we wanna talk just a little bit about the different types of RVs that are out there. RVs can really be broken down into one of 2 categories. The first category being drivable RVs, meaning that that particular RV has a motor and you drive it. And then towable RVs, that's where you have travel trailers, 5th wheels, teardrop campers, things like that, that you would tow behind a vehicle. Lots of pros and cons to both types of RVs. And this is where we're gonna talk about some things to do to know which one is the best fit. But just some of the overview pros and cons that we have found is with our Class A motorhome is that while it's nice for those travel days, we're able to actually tow a smaller vehicle, which makes zipping around town and exploring a little bit easier than having to maneuver a large truck. You also don't get the same space or maybe the same homey feeling that you would get from a towable because you've got your driver's cockpit right there all the time. So one thing to consider there. With a towable, usually you get a little bit more space, things can feel a little bit more homey. And one advantage that we have learned with a towable over a drivable is unlike our drivable that on travel days just tends to get a little bit chaotic. It feels like that there can be a lot of kid trash or food crumbs or things like that with the towable because you're not actually traveling in it. Well, when you set up at a campsite, it can kind of just feel a little bit more like you left it when you packed up the last time. Pros and cons, you're gonna have to ask yourself some of these questions that we're gonna talk about. So let's jump in with the first thing you absolutely must do before you buy an RV. So the first thing that you need to do before you buy an RV is ask yourself this question. Do you see yourself going full-time or do you see yourself going on extended time basis? So this means that you're either going to be living in the RV full-time or maybe you're going to be living in the RV for months at a time. Are you going to be more of a weekend warrior where maybe your job situation isn't such that you can work remotely and so you're gonna be taking it out more for just the weekends or maybe a week or 2 on vacation here and there? This particular question is going to be key in choosing the right RV with the things that you need. Full-time living or extended time living is much different than the weekend warrior as far as what type of RV that you need. So make that determination upfront before you buy. The second thing you need to do before you buy an RV is ask yourself what kind of camping style are you wanting or are you looking for? This is going to factor greatly into making sure that you purchase the right type of RV for the camping style that you want. Are you going to want to be off-grid, boondocking, kind of out in the middle of nowhere where there's limited resources? Or is it more a style where you want to be able to use your RV as that vehicle to get from destination to destination, where you'll be maybe closer into civilization and utilizing campgrounds? So this is going to factor greatly in the type of RV that you purchase to make sure that you purchase the right fit for your camping style. The last thing you want to do is buy the big fancy Class A diesel pusher and then try to take that off-road and get stuck in the sand somewhere out in the middle of Arizona. So asking yourself that question, making that determination up front will help you greatly in not making a mistake. Regardless of what type of RV you choose to purchase, you will find something that pretty much every RV has in common, and that is the mattresses that they put into RVs from the factory are not very comfortable. In fact, the most common upgrade people make right after purchasing an RV is a new mattress. And the mattress that we chose to replace the factory mattress in our RV with is a mattress from rvmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. Their mattresses are made right here in the US and shipped conveniently to you for free. We went with the Aurora Luxe Hybrid mattress, and it has been great having a mattress that feels like a real bed and not like an RV bed. And since they offer different firmness options, heights, dimensions, rvmattress.com is a great resource for bedding needs for RVs, vans, campers, and even home as well. We were sleeping so well in our RV that we got another RV mattress for our bed at our Glamper hideaway as well. Their mattresses come in 3 different firmness options and have a 120 sleep night guarantee. And speaking of this guarantee, when we went to order our mattress, we thought after looking at the website, we would want the Aurora Luxe Hybrid mattress in a medium firmness. So that is what we had sent to us. However, after sleeping on it, we did feel it was a little too soft for our liking. So they sent us a firm one, and it has been perfect since. The process to have our mattress shipped to us and then get it in the RV was super simple. Their mattresses come rolled up in a box, wrapped in plastic. So when the mattress arrived, we hoisted it in the RV. Now they are heavy when they come, it's a 2-person job. Unwrapped the plastic and it poofed right up. All of their mattresses come with a 10-year warranty. So we are set for a very long time. One of the things we really want to do is be a resource for the RV community. And so we take time to share about products that we love and use ourselves. So we've partnered with rvmattress.com for 20% off for our viewers. So if you're looking for a mattress, check out rvmattress.com. You can click the link below or go to rvmattress.com/grateful and get 20% off of your purchase with the code GRATEFUL. So the third thing that you want to do before you buy an RV is ask yourself, how much space do you really need? Are you a family with kids and you're going to be in the RV? Is it just you? Are you gonna wanna bring the grandkids along? One of the things that we're kind of considering with RV life right now and our kids and the ages that they are coming into the teen years, a lot of times they wanna bring friends along. So we wanna make sure that we've got ample space, ample sleeping space. The other thing with interior space is you will never, ever tell yourself, oh my gosh, there's too much space in this RV. You can never have too much space, but things can start to feel cramped rather quickly, especially if you have one of those rainy days and you find yourself inside your RV at the campground. It can start to feel a little cramped. So consider the space that you need, how many people that you're going to be traveling with, and again, your ultimate destination. If you see the campground as your destination where you're gonna be hanging out and enjoying the things to do at the campground, well, you're probably gonna be in your RV more than you're going to maybe be outside of the RV if your ultimate destination is boondocking, where you're gonna be outside more than maybe what you might be inside. Ask yourself, how much space do you really need? And you'll avoid a costly buying mistake. So thing number 4 that you absolutely must do before you buy an RV is put yourself in a solid financial position. RVs are not cheap to begin with, even if you purchased used versus new. And let us tell you from experience, things are going to go wrong and things are going to break. And you're actually going to want a emergency savings, not just for the rainy days that can happen in life, but actually for the RV itself. Things like tires that can need replacing from time to time and will need replacing from time to time. Little things that will come up on the road. Every time that you take an RV down the road, whether it be a drivable or a towable, things get shaken up, literally. The RV flexes and twists on the road, and this just means that things are going to wear out and things are going to go wrong more often than in a sticks and bricks type of house environment. So having some sort of emergency savings to be able to make those repairs as they come up, because they will come up, will make RVing feel a lot less stressful than if you're in a financial spot where things are tight and you don't have the resources to be able to make those repairs when needed. One kind of bonus thing that we would always recommend is with the RV share platforms that are out there, before you jump into RV ownership, consider renting one. Take a look at what RV you're considering and then rent one of those RVs. Check it out for the weekend or for a week. Make sure that you actually like that it's got the room that you need. A lot of people find out after being in an RV for a couple of months that they actually bought the wrong RV for what they were really wanting, and that can get pretty expensive. So doing some due diligence, making sure you take care of these 4 things before that you jump into RV ownership can definitely keep you out of a precarious situation and just make RV life that much more enjoyable. I'm gonna put a video right up here for some really fun places that you're gonna want to probably visit this summer or make your travel plans to this summer as you travel in your RV. If we don't see you out on the road or around the campground, we'll see you in the next video. For the last 5 years, by Brooklyn Bedding.